Hey guys, welcome back to the Dion Ascended Gaming channel. Today we actually will be covering the Please God tier healing, and if he is actually a God tier healer. Now, obviously, you already know that I made a series right now about those posts that usually sounds like, no offense to the OP in here, it sounds like a little bit clickbait and so on. But as you may know, I did one for one part of the loop hack. I did one for the 5v12, and I broke down the fight and what happened during that fight. You can see that by going to my channel on Dion Center and going for like the one that says breaking down video fights. So this is actually going to be one for Please if it is actually a God tier and what happened during the fight in here. As time passes on, I will actually enter the game and start learning all the abilities again, because I'm a little bit rusty. I learned all the ability again, and that way I'll be able to see all the abilities on the left side to judge how the fight went and what kind of abilities they were using. As you already know, I just made a Dion Center Reddit. Yes, I am back to Reddit, but I'm not back to technically Albion Online. I do not comment below unless it is Mipasa, if the conversation or the Discord is offline. I did said, you know, that I made a Reddit to him, and you know, I thanked him about the posting on Project Zombie, which is right here. I noticed that I can't post at the moment, so I do give him thanks for the video. I say thanks, bro, I'll take it over from here. But I noticed that yes, they can't see, even my pasta can see my comment, so it's gonna take a while before people are able to see my comment as moderators, either automatically delete it or look for it as an investigation to make sure that I'm not a bot. It's still as toxic as Reddit ever. I mean, I just went to Places Track and get some few karmas, and I even said congrats, and I got like -8 because of that. So again, it's still as toxic as it was a long time ago. In Albion, I will not be commenting below. I only will be sending information in here. Like, as you see, I'm only be sending information in conversation. So if you want to talk to me, if I'm not in Reddit, in Discord, or you can't find me, I will be also in Reddit. You can send a conversation in there. So let's click all these out, and so we can actually accept this one, which is where I found this one. Pasta used to be the one to send me these videos, but now that I have it, I told him not to send me. I'll be able to look through it as I check the new help for these people. Now let's actually get into the video, and we're about to break it down. Break it down for it. As during this time, remember, sometimes depending on the computer and the server and stuff like that, sometimes abilities will take a delay to come out in here, such as if you spend too much of an ability cooldown, it will start saying ability is on cooldown. You cannot do this right now, and then some of the abilities might take a while before it start popping, such as the heals and damage and stuff like that. So let's look at it again. During this time, as you see, the person got healed, but the Please is nowhere to be found, and there's only two reasons. He either got pushed back, as you see there's one of the quarterstaff that pushes player back, or he was trying to save someone else. And as we look it through right here, Please was down here, and Emashiro died. So if it was a God tier healer, then the players should have been able to save them, right? Well, anyway, he got pushed back with Emashiro. Emashiro died, and here comes Sohrab. Sohrab is right now doing DPS, as you see. Cash Cow at this moment, look very carefully, because you're about to see a protective nature on Cash Cow, so he's going to give him his cooldown to him. So you see during this time, all the time, Cash Cow has protective nature. So now Sohrab got pushed back into the tower and trying to take damage like consecutively through the tower, and basically during this time you're about to see a sacrifice right here. This is a sacrifice. It heals the person for the amount of 25% of their health. So right now he's gonna get maybe like between 1,000 to 1,200. There it is, 1,000 to 1,200. He goes back and start giving some hots to the other players. During this time as well, I think he have like 3 seconds or 2 seconds before he can use protective nature as Sora is coming back, he hots him twice. That is not enough, by the way. A hot, it can go between 30, depending if there is nothing reducing the healing. It is a 30, then 60, then 90 on a high tier, high spec. So right now, as you see, it's going slowly coming down. You see a 60, that's the second stack. But as soon as he gets to this point right down here, he's gonna have 90. Yep. And then, as you see, Protective Nature has came back, which of course, though the other team may probably be seeing these 90, he's not healing for 90 during this time. This is just a little delay. During this time, he'll be healing for 130. As you see, as he gets closer, he's out of the fight. He has 135 per second because of Protective Nature. However, there's some things that I did not see in here, and I have not done myself GVG fights. I only have done arena, but I have not seen a coordination between the Spiritual Seed and Protective Nature combo, such as you use the Spiritual Seed 3-second delay, and as I'm about to pop up, you hit it with a W, which allows the cooldown, both Spiritual Seed and Protective Nature, to rotate together. Now, even though I don't see that, however, they're still doing pretty good. The guy didn't die or anything like that, but at this time, I cannot consider Please a God tier level healer. I can only consider their team a God tier level. And the reason why I say this is because during this time, look as Sohrab is getting hit by this, and there's just 1 DPS on him during this time. The other guy is coming to get him, and then the quarterstaff, well, obviously cannot push him back, but he's coming slow to get him as well. So during this time that he's getting hit, there's only 1 hot up here. Everybody's overcharged. There's 1 hot over here. He has, it seems to be some defensive ability. I still don't know what this is. I still have to like study. But again, during this time, he gets pulled back, and he only having these dot heals. If it was anybody else, like a crossbolt or a regular bow, or whatever. Let me see. What's it? No, a regular adept bow with explosive or a crossbow, Sohrab would have died because that would have been a burst. But so far the damage is not enough. He's, like I say, he still has the defensive. But look what happened right here. Cash Cow, keep an eye on Cash Cow. Boom! There is a silence, and this is to help Sohrab survive and push a little bit further. As he does, this guy gets silenced. He goes around to not get silenced. So as you see, he about to do a spell on him, not enough, and he gets away with the speed of the Trident, or whatever that actually weapon is called. So he gets speed enough for Sohrab to pop his Protective Nature on time and allow him to escape. So during this time, in all honesty, because we're focusing on the video on Please, and we're not pleased to be in a God tier and not the whole entirety fight, right here, I would say that he is a good healer. Not a God tier healer, a good healer. And as you see, I would say myself that Sohrab, I don't know what he did during this time. As I'm looking at, as he's pushing back, I need to look at very detail of everything that's happening here, such as this icon right here and this icon right here, because he literally survived all of that. So he had good specs, good tiers and such, because he definitely survived. I also need to find out if there is something to do with this beside movement speed, because during all that time he should have died and Sohrab actually survived. The heal was actually between the first dot 30, then increased to 60, then increased to 90, which in a DPS burst such as a crossbow or a bolt, he would crossbow or a regular bow, Sohrab would have definitely died. Now comparing to heals and God tier, I consider myself a good healer. I am not a God tier. I never PvP before. I only done arena, so I don't call that ganking out there PvP. I did some arenas here and there, and I did random dungeons. I did even the first time Hellgate, which there's a video below. Well, not this video, but somewhere below around my channel, there is a Hellgate for the first time and a Hellgate for the second time as I got even better. But tier levels like that, like calling it God tier, I cannot see it unless he somehow was able to keep everybody at full health or something like that. But to be honest with you, it's more like a group tier, like God tier group. the group definitely did so great to allow Sohrab to survive. Now, to give you some example about a God tier, I am not a God tier. I'm a good healer. That's about it. And though these players, for example, these players didn't have a purge. None of these players had a purge during this time. None of these players, they had crossbows and nukers and stuff like that, but they didn't have purge. So let me actually go back as we're trying to survive this, as I kill the other person, I get to the end. Look as I rush back during this time. The DPS, as it goes through, even though there are mobs and stuff like that getting hit, each one start hitting me. They do interrupt me during this area. See, it's trying to push me. Actually, it got bigger for a reason. It got bigger. Sorry, they try to DPS me, nuke me. You see a person down here about to do a crossbow, and as I see the damage from far away, I know there's a crossbow there from far away. I go ahead and pop my E and my W as I see it already coming. Again, I fully heal and I escape. I also have had long fights such as these where I had to fight completely. Again, they don't have purge. Players always make this mistake not to bring a fiend cow or something that allows you to purge. During this time, all this time, I am getting chased, I am getting hit, but I still survive. If you watch this whole video, basically you'll see how low can they actually get me, because many times they got me pretty low, but I actually survive it. Such as, let me see. Here's one of them. I saw that it was AoE already. I am prepared to go ahead and heal myself fully and then move away as fast as I can. Even the healer was doing some damage from far away, but I survived. All of this till the end, by the way. All of this till the end, and it's 3 people versus 5 people. Again, I don't mean to call ego noobs or anything like that, but I felt it was like a new fight during this time. Even I had other fights in here that we 3v5 and new fight and such. Even during this time that they should have gotten me. As you see, watch as I already use my spiritual seed. There's a spiritual seed, and I'm gonna combine it with protective nature, and now I'm going to get like 75% heal, and this time I can zone. But as you see, I have spiritual seed will come on time. They go ahead, they try to nuke me down during this time. I use sacrifice, protective nature, sacrifice, and spiritual seed, which doesn't proc because I am in between zone, but I would have been full health anyway, and I would have been able to push in. Now, obviously, these players are usually between, I feel like they're kind of noobish. We did fall what's it called, tier 8 during these times. I actually posted just a bit faster. Sorry, there it is. We fought the GBT. I don't even know if it was a GBT or a Hellgate, but there were people in tier 8 set. And basically, after we finished them off, we took their items away. I'm trying to get to the point where it does show it. There it is. I'm trying to get to the point where we actually fought the fight. There were claws. They had DPS to knock us down. It's just we played it better. And again, we took their tier 8, the Swift Claw and such. Now, I myself am not a godlike tier. Okay, I'm not a godlike tier. I'm a good tier, and that's where I'm going to base myself on this fight for what we have been seeing. I don't believe the players is a god tier, but I believe the group together becomes a god tier, because that should have been a death, but so many things has happened inside that allowed them to survive. Great job on Cash Cow using that silence. Instead of him focusing, instead of him doing damage, it averted just for a bit Tommy Dodo out there before he can cast his ability and try to get him. And understand that if he didn't cast that silence, let me tell you right now, if he didn't cast that silence, Tommy Dodo would have done this right here, which is a curse staff, which allow you to take away their hots. Basically, they heal over time. So the more he would have gotten hit, it would have been between 3 down to 2 down to 1, and then it would have had less heal, thus probably resulting in a death. So good job on the Cash Cow for doing that silent, averting Tommy Lado to run to the right, as you see right up here. He runs to the right instead of forward and casting that ahead of time. So good job, Cash Cow. Good job the whole team. And good job, Sohrab, for being being pretty good at escaping that. And that will be the end of this. The next video is actually going to be the 1v4, 1v7, what people call the rat. There is a misconception when people say 1v something, because in YouTube, a lot of YouTube contents prefer to clickbait to allow players to watch their video. Of course, there's going to be some fan-based comments in their section, which thinks is pretty awesome. But again, that's just all about it. We'll be covering that on the next video, so let me stop this one and start moving to the next video. Take care. Good job, by the way. Good job.